There's a quiet kind of power in doing things without announcing them. In this world of noise where people share every move, every thought, every plan, it's easy to believe that talking about something is the same as doing it. But it's not. You see, real power doesn't need to speak. Real power moves in silence, builds in shadows, and when it's ready, it shows up fully formed. Let me tell you why you should stop telling people your plans and just do it. 1. Words create illusion. There's something strangely seductive about speaking your dreams aloud. It feels good, euphoric even. You tell someone, I'm going to start a business, or I'm writing a book, or I'll get in shape this year. And in that moment you feel seen, admired, maybe even respected. But here's the truth no one tells you. That feeling is dangerous, because you haven't done anything yet. All you've done is created an illusion. A mental trick that fools your brain into thinking you've made progress. But the reality is, no work has been done, no value created, no sacrifice made, just words. You see, your brain releases dopamine, the pleasure chemical, when you talk about your goals. It doesn't know the difference between talking about doing something and actually doing it. And so the more you speak about it, the more your brain feels as though it's already halfway there. The applause you get from others, it further feeds that illusion. But here's the paradox. When the brain receives a reward, it often stops pursuing the task that earns it. This is where most dreams die, not in failure, but in false celebration. You felt good before you did the work. You felt satisfied before you even started. And so the fire dims before it ever becomes a flame. Great minds throughout history have warned of this trap. Philosophers, psychologists, monks, they all knew that premature praise can rob you of momentum, because once you've shared your plan and received validation, the urgency to execute it fades. Why burn the midnight oil when you've already gotten the standing ovation? Silence, however, doesn't offer such comfort. Silence is cold, empty. It offers no validation, no applause, just you and the work. And that's why it works. When you keep your dreams to yourself, they remain yours, pure, unpolluted. You don't owe anyone a performance. You don't have to carry the weight of expectations or defend delays. You just build, quietly, steadily, obsessively. It's like climbing a mountain when no one knows you're climbing. If you fall, no one sees. If you stop, no one judges. If you win, truly win, then and only then will they ask, how did you do it? That's when the work speaks. And when it speaks, it echoes louder than any promise ever could. This isn't to say you should hide from the world. No, but timing is everything. Your dreams are sacred. They are not for display. They are for delivery. Speak after you've built. Speak after you've earned. Speak only when the results are undeniable. Because results silence every doubt. Let's go deeper. When you speak your goals, you invite expectation, even from the people who love you. So how's that business going? They'll ask. Did you start writing that book yet? They'll nudge. And suddenly, what once was a fire within becomes a burden. You start doing things not for progress but for performance. Worse, you may start rushing your process just to show something off. You'll cut corners, abandon discipline, choose speed over substance. Why? Because the illusion must be maintained. You told them you were doing something big, so now you must prove it, even if it's half-baked. And when that happens, your dream is no longer yours. It becomes a show. But imagine the opposite. Imagine doing the work without speaking of it. Every early morning, every long night, every failure, every breakthrough kept in silence. There's a purity in that, a power. You're not driven by how others see you. You're driven by how you see yourself. You become accountable only to the vision, not to the crowd. You want to write a book, write in silence. You want to change your life, move in silence. You want to prove something to yourself, do it behind closed doors. No one needs to see the effort. They'll see the result when it's ready, because real change isn't loud. The man who tells everyone he's disciplined rarely is. The woman who announces her greatness hasn't yet earned it. But the ones who move silently, their results enter rooms long before they do. It's not about being secretive, it's about being sacred. When something matters to you, really matters, you protect it. Like a candle in the wind, you shield it until the flame grows strong enough to withstand the world. That's what your dream is, a flickering flame. And the wind is everyone else's opinion. So hold your vision close, speak to yourself about it, journal about it, meditate on it, but don't put it out into the world before it's ready. Let it mature in silence, because words, while powerful, are only potential. Execution is reality. Think of the masters, the great artists, the visionary entrepreneurs, the athletes who came from nowhere. Most didn't announce their greatness, they let the world discover it. That's the magic. When the world realizes what you've been doing, not because you told them, but because the result was too big to ignore, that's impact. You can't fake that. You can't talk your way into that. You must earn it. And the path to earning it is paved in silence. Here's what silence gives you. Freedom to change direction without judgment. Clarity, to focus on what matters, without needing applause. Resilience, to fail privately, and grow quietly. Power, to arrive unexpectedly, unshakably. It's not always easy. The world tells you to share, to brand yourself, to build in public, and while that may work for marketing, it doesn't work for mastery. Mastery is built in solitude. It's quiet, boring, repetitive, but it's where real transformation happens. So the next time you feel the urge to speak your dream aloud, pause. Ask yourself, do I want to feel good now, or do I want to feel proud later? Because one will fade in minutes, and the other will last a lifetime. Talk less, do more, speak less, build more, promise less, deliver more. That is the path of the wise. That is the path of the powerful. That is the path of those who don't chase applause, because they know silence is louder than any cheer. Silence builds focus. Speech scatters it. Silence is more than the absence of noise. It is a presence, a sacred space where clarity is born. And in a world addicted to noise, to opinions, to validation, that silence becomes your rarest asset. You see, when you tell people your goals, you open a door, and with that door comes a crowd. They bring in their thoughts, their projections, their beliefs, their fears. Suddenly, what was once your clear path is now a hallway filled with voices. Focus is fragile. It cannot survive chaos. It doesn't thrive in conversations. It thrives in commitment, and that commitment must be internal, private, not performative. You may think that sharing your plan helps you stay accountable, but often it does the opposite. You become more focused on updates than outcomes, more obsessed with image than progress. And in that pursuit to stay accountable, you lose the very thing that made your goal worth chasing in the first place, your own connection to it. But silence gives you space. It becomes the wall that shields your mind from noise. No questions, no distractions, no confusion, just you and the work. Let's think about how a sculptor creates. She doesn't explain each strike of her chisel. She doesn't post every hour of labor. She works in stillness, letting her hands speak with discipline, and only when the sculpture takes form does the world get to see the masterpiece. That is the way of focus. That is the way of mastery. When you speak your plans out loud, you scatter your energy, you start justifying, you start analyzing, you listen to feedback from people who have no business guiding your journey, and one by one your original idea gets diluted. Focus is a single flame, and every voice you let in, it's wind. Stay quiet, protect your flame. In silence there's no performance, no ego, just action, just iteration, just progress. And when you don't have to explain yourself, you move quicker. You're not defending your dream, you're building it, block by block, day by day. Don't let your focus be fragmented by applause, questions, or suggestions. Keep your plans close. Let them live in your notebooks, your thoughts, your long walks alone. Let them be sacred, not shared. Because when your focus is undivided, your energy becomes unstoppable. 3. Plans are fragile. Protect them while they're young. Every dream starts small, humble, unfinished, like a delicate sprout that's just broken through the soil. Would you pull it from the ground every day to show people? No, you'd kill it. But that's what we do with our dreams. We expose them too early. We show them off while they're still forming. And in doing so we expose them to judgment, to ridicule, to doubt, before they've grown strong enough to stand on their own. Your plans need incubation, like a baby bird inside its shell, like a manuscript hidden in a drawer, like a blueprint unshared, still being refined. Let them breathe in darkness. Let them gather strength. Because when you expose a weak plan, you invite destruction. People don't always mean harm, but they bring wind. And wind topples what's not rooted. Early opinions can kill great ideas. A single laugh, a single skeptical eyebrow, a single "but will that even work?" can shake your confidence. And the most fragile part of any plan is not the idea itself, it's your belief in it. So protect your belief, guard it like it's gold. Some things are too early to share, not because they're not good, but because they're not ready. The tree doesn't show its fruit while it's still a seed. Neither should you. When you hide your plans while they're growing, you give them space to evolve. Maybe your idea today is only half the idea you'll eventually execute, and that's okay. That evolution happens best in silence, because silence gives you permission to experiment, to fail, to start over, without the weight of someone watching. Your dream is your responsibility, no one else's. And while people might want to help, they can't protect your plan like you can. They won't love it the way you do. So feed it in silence. Let it grow roots. Let it face your inner discipline before it faces outer pressure. And when it's strong, unveil it, and let the world wonder how you did it. 4. Your success doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Why do we feel the need to explain our every move, our ambition, our pace, our delay? The truth is, your journey is yours alone. You do not owe anyone a roadmap. You don't need to defend your dreams. You don't need to justify your late nights or your early mornings. You don't need to explain why you're saying no to parties, to people, to distractions. Your silence doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're busy becoming. We live in a world obsessed with transparency, but not everything sacred should be public. Your growth is personal. Your healing is private. Your evolution is not a group project. People may ask questions: why aren't you sharing? Why don't you post about what you're building? Are you even doing anything? Let them ask. Let them misunderstand you, because their understanding is not required for your success. Real power isn't proven, it's revealed. And it doesn't come with permission slips, it comes with results. Your life is not a pitch, it's a process. Those who truly get it, they don't ask for explanations. They see the discipline in your eyes, the weight in your silence, the confidence in your refusal to brag. Be the person who's too focused to explain. Let your success speak when it's ready, and let it roar so loudly even your silence sounds like thunder. 5. Power grows in the dark. Why do roots grow underground? Because the dark is not the enemy, it is the womb. Everything strong begins unseen. Diamonds form in darkness, muscles grow in stillness. Masterpieces are born in lonely studios. The most powerful versions of yourself will always be forged in the dark, and that's why silence is so sacred. When you choose to build quietly, you choose to grow roots. You choose depth over decoration. You choose substance over style. Most people want to be seen growing, instead of actually growing. But the spotlight can't grow you. Only struggle can. Only repetition can. Learn to cry with no one to comfort you. Learn to rise without applause. That's where giants are made. You see, the dark gives you space to refine. In silence, you're not performing. You're preparing. You're studying. You're experimenting. You're grinding. And when it's time to emerge, you don't need to speak. Your presence will speak for you. Those who grow in silence are dangerous, because the world never sees them coming. And by the time they do, it's too late. The work is already done. So choose the dark. Choose to disappear while you build. Choose to be unseen, until your result is undeniable. Because power doesn't crave attention. Power creates attention, and it does so from the shadows. You were not born to impress the world with promises. You were born to change it with proof. So from this day forward, don't tell them what you're going to do. Just do it. And when it's done, stand tall, silent, and let them ask, when did he do all this? And you'll smile. Because while they were watching, you were working. You don't need to speak. Your life will speak for you. Let the world wonder. Let them ask where you went, and how you came back. Unrecognizable, stronger, sharper, unshakable. That's the power of silence. So don't tell them what you're going to do. Just do it. And when it's done, let your success whisper the truth they never saw coming. And if you felt that truth, subscribe now. Not for the noise, but for the silence that builds legends.